Hello everyone, this is Bernice from the Napping Mouse, and in today's video, it's all about organization. We're going to be creating these cards today that using scrapbook paper that we have no longer use for or that we just didn't care, and also we're going to be using the packaging like this, recycle some of these here to make it more sturdier and to hold it around as well, okay? So grab your favorite drink and let's get crafting. Okay everyone, so the supplies that you'll be needing is some loose lace, some 12 by 12 scrapbook paper that you have no use for, some scrap paper here for your glue, a trimmer, a glue stick, some regular glue, and also some packaging like this, manila folders, old packaging like this that's a little bit sturdier, thicker. You can also use manila folder as well. Okay, let's get started. Okay, folks, so the thing that I wanted to show you is that I went ahead and sewed some of this over here. I thought it was okay. I mean, it helps me practice sewing paper. It's not one of my best sewing skills, but hey, you know, it'll work. So, and I go to the local thrift store, or I go to the Goodwill bins, or even the Goodwill, and I get a whole bunch of these papers in some laces and ribbons here in a pack, and they're all loose because various people will donate this, and so the people working at the thrift stores will just go ahead and dump it all in one bag and then just sell it for a price. So this is nice, but it really doesn't work for me because I really can't really see like all of it. I don't know like how much I have. I say 3 yards, but I could have pulled some out before. And so to me, this is more nice. It's more organized. And I have this small little box where I'll get another box that's prettier, so to speak. But for now, this works. And I can just flip through like this. They're all organized. They're all in one place. You know, some of the lace has a tendency to unravel from its paper spool, which I'm calling it a paper spool or maybe a paper card. But even if that happens, it's not going to be a mess as if it was loose like this, okay? So this is how I like to organize them. And I've also, because this one is bigger and it's thicker, I've also done it the other way with these two here. So, and as you can see, I've already cut a whole bunch of this here. I already glued it to the back of packaging. And I like to use the either manila folder or packaging from like, if I buy stickers, or if I buy, I mean, even for food like this. If I see that the box is sturdy enough to create these, then I'll go ahead and save it. And I mean, as you can see, I've got a whole bag here. I don't know if I could, let me zoom out. Oh, well, you see that I've got like a whole bag here full of this. And so that's one of the reasons why I saved that. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I mean, I've got some that I already cut out. And I was thinking of sewing them too. I mean, it will help. I like the look of paper sewn, but you know, do I want to take the time to go and do that much? It just depends. If I'm at the end like this, and I may use it for another lace, or I may use it as a tag. So, you know, at least there's various options here for this particular project. Okay, so I'm going to put all of my lace here on the side, and I'm going to get my paper. These are paper that I really don't have any use for, okay? This is not my style. I don't care to use them, but I'm not going to throw them away either. Oh, okay, well, maybe this one is pretty, so I won't throw this away. This one here is from the Spellbound Forest collection from Recollection. This pad comes in 24 designs, and I believe it's 2 each. So there's, no wait, 48 pages. 20, yeah, 2 each, 2 each sheets for this. Now, I've used this pack before for my Halloween stuff, and I really like it. It turned out really nice. But for the papers that I don't really care to use, I'm going to use it for this project, okay? So I'll take this one and I'll set this aside. Okay, so right now what you'll need is your trimmer and get your sheet of paper. Okay, so what you're going to do, since this is directional, I'm still going to think that, okay, I'll use it later on as a tag, or I'll do something with it, okay? So I still have that in mind. So what I'll do is, if it's a directional paper, then I'll go ahead and make sure that it's all upright, okay? So I'm going to turn this to the side, and I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. Okay, and then here I'm going to take the two together, and I will be cutting it at 3 inches. I think there'll be 4 times. So it's 1. And I just make sure that the paper didn't move a little bit. It's not going to matter if it moves just a little bit, just a tiny bit. This is not about precision. This is just about using up stuff that you normally will not use. Oh, okay, you're still going to need your trimmer. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me set this aside here. And now the next thing that you'll need is your packaging. So, for example, let me get a smaller package because I've got so much stuff here on my desk. So I'm going to use this package right here. And I like to look at the inside of these food packages and just to see how the paper looks like. And this is like really nice and it's light. So if in the end I decide to use it as a tag, I could write something down, and I just like the look of it. Okay, but I need to cut this down to 6 by 3. So I'm gonna try to make the most out of this packaging. The rest will either be scrap or I'll use it for another project. Okay, I'll cut this here. Okay. And so let's just take the extras off. Okay, so I will go ahead and, since I can't get it 6, I will get it at 3. Okay, so for this particular packaging, I can get 2 of this. Okay, the larger ones I can get a lot more. Manila folders, you can get a lot more as well. So let's just do one more. And whoops. And let me know what you guys do for, like, how would you use these packagings up? Do you use it for, let's see, I can cut this. I'll just do it this way. Cut it at 3 already. Do you use it on other projects? Do you know, save it as scraps? Do you go ahead and recycle them? What do you use these extras for here? Or any kind of recycled package like that? Or if you use them at all. Okay, let's go ahead and set this trimmer aside. And then the next thing that we're going to do is get your scrap paper. I'm going to get one here. And then I have my packaging on one side, and I've got my, whoops, maybe it'll be easier like that for you guys to see. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll get my packaging here. Now, I want to make sure that this is not covered, okay? So where it says where all the design is at. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and just get my glue stick and glue it together. Now, if I'm going to sew this, then I wouldn't do this next step. But for this particular one, I'm not going to sew it. So I'm just going to glue the edges here just to make sure that it's down. Now, I can just use one or the other, but I prefer to use the sturdier glue only on the outside, and then in the middle, the glue stick, because it'll be nice and smooth. If you notice when you glue, oh, got all this glue, is extra glue. If you notice that if you use any kind of glue that has paper that, or the glue that has water in it, it's going to warp your paper. Now, I'm just going to trim this off a little, but let's go ahead and do this next one. And I'll go ahead and do that. Let's see. You know what? Let's use up some of this glue here. Why not? And that's why you want your scrap paper, just so you won't get glue on your desk or your workspace. Let's go here. And also, I would love to know how you organized your extra ribbons or extra lace paper. I'm not lace, not paper, not the lace and ribbons. Like, what is a great way to do it? Okay. Now I'll get my scissors and I'll trim this. Okay, I find this the easiest way so far. Okay, now I can go ahead and I can just toss this here and save these for later. Okay, so now that I have this, let's go. Okay. So, and I'll save these for later as well. So now that I have these two here, I'm going to get one of my laces that is, well, this one's here, but I saw one that was, oh, here. Whoops. You can hear me making a lot of noise. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's just work with this one here. Okay, so I'm going to take my paper, or my card now, my paper spool, and however I want to show my lace, that is how I'm going to do it. Now I'm just going to carefully run this around and around, and just put it around the spool, it's the card itself. Now this is a great way, I mean, if you want to sew it, like I showed you before, you can sew it around the edges and just give it a nice little appeal to it. Totally up to you. But here is a good way of you creating your cards first, and then taking on all your lace, and then if you're watching TV or you're outside just enjoying or talking to a friend or whatever, this is a one that you can do during those activities here. And in no time you'll have all of your laces, and I'm showing ribbons, but I mean, excuse me, your ribbons as well. I'm not showing you the ribbons, I'm showing you the laces. This is the one that tends to be the most disorganized as far as my craft room is concerned. Okay, so then you can use a safety pin, or you can use a pin itself, and then just go, hold it down. I don't like to use tape, because then the adhesive on the tape will kind of get all over your lace, and it just doesn't look good. And you can cut a little piece of it off, but I like to use the most of what I got. So now I've got this guy here. I'm going to start from the bottom and see how that looks. Well, that's one of them. So I just make sure that I have this in the middle, have the end here in the middle of the card, and then I will run it around, or no, excuse me, wrap it around the card. Okay. And I just try to do it as neat as possible, because I just kind of like the look of seeing all those laces. And I mean, once I find a nice box, or once I have room in my drawer that I could put these all in, then it's going to look really pretty. And when you open up your drawer or open up your box, I know it's like these little things, like may be so mundane to some people and so irrelevant, but to me, I just think it looks beautiful. So I guess we all choose what we like to do. But there you go. Okay, almost done here. And if for any reason, I'm going to show you this because it's not, I mean, I've got a lot more lace and I don't have much, but I'm going to go around and go down. Okay. And this here is thin enough for me to do so. So yeah, simple project, simple way of organizing, and a great way of using up your papers that you don't have a need for, and also to use up those recycled pieces. I mean, it's a great way of recycling, and no one is really going to know that it's recycled too. I mean, it does look like a card, just like a regular card, but it doesn't. I don't know. I think it looks great. So from a paper that I didn't care for, now it became something that looks pretty. Okay, look at the contrast of it. I mean, it just looks nice. Okay, so here's the rest of my work that I've done before. I actually like these two paper, but I was just trying it out and seeing how that works. So yeah, I've got those, and again, these are the ones that were thicker and they were longer. So instead of going around horizontally, I went around like vertically like that. That makes sense. Okay, so instead of going, you know, horizontally like this, I did it vertically like this. So, and it worked out, especially for these thicker ones like that. And you can still tell what the design is, how it looks like. So yes, there you go. Okay, folks. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you think of this project. And also, if you want to see more DIYs, projects like this for organization, not so much for paper crafting, but if you want me to show you some more organizational videos, I'll be more than happy to show them to you. Okay? Well, thank you so much for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.